Welcome back to Bibliophiles Audiophiles. Today we have a special little treat.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Today we are doing Thanksgiving Pizza Murder by Patti Benning.
Yeah.
That's what I always thought it was Benning. I love how I always ask.
Yeah, ever since we had that whole spat about Lila Faust.
Yeah.
It's every episode.
Yeah. Here is the description. Murder with a side of pizza. With her grandmother in Florida and Russell's brother and sister-in-law going out of town for the holiday, Eleanora Pacelli is looking forward to a quiet Thanksgiving dinner with Kittyport Sheriff. All of that changes when a handful of unexpected guests show up at her house, including her ex-fiancé, Kenneth Aubrey. Thinking that things couldn't possibly get any worse, Ellie realizes how wrong she is when a body turns up in the marina. The victim is someone she was close to, and she tells herself that she will stop at nothing to find the killer. But when the evidence begins to point towards someone she loves, she begins to think that there are some mysteries that are better left unsolved. There are no content warnings for this.
Murder.
Blood? I don't think... I mean, it does, talk about, the cadaver, the body, but it doesn't mention anything being, blood or gore, I don't think.
No gore.
Yeah, this book was very, PG.
Yeah.
It was oh, there was murder, and that's it.
Yeah.
You got the reviews, madame?
I do. There's not many.
Really?
Could you believe it?
You don't say.
Really?
Absolutely.
So, on Storygraph, the average rating is listed as a 3.17, but I can't pull up any written reviews because the one and only written review is by you.
I didn't write a review.
You didn't write it, but you answered questions.
Oh, I did answer some questions. I did it 5 minutes ago. Right before we started recording. Because I was I need to start putting the stars on there.
Yeah, so the only one is you.
Oh.
Goodreads. So the average rating on that is 4.36.
Oh.
There's no ratings that are listed as 1 or 2 stars, written out.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 under 3 stars. This one says... This was a cute, cozy mystery, though I will admit I nearly put it down after a few pages. I'm glad I didn't, though. I didn't really get into the story until Ellie's ex shows up with her mother. Then the rest of the story read quickly. In the beginning, there's a lot of extraneous stuff that tells us all about Ellie's life, but not really much about the mystery. Once we get to the dead body, and I knew right away who the murderer was, it was quick, fun read. I will also note that there was a lot of editorial issues for me. There really needs to be more contractions between the dialogue. It's very stilted, plus typos, which happens in every book, so are unavoidable. Recommendations, if you're looking for a quick, cozy read with satisfying ending, you'll get that here.
I forgot to mention this book is on Kindle Unlimited, and it's $2.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, or $6.99. I saw a version that's $6.99. This 5-star says, this is a well-written story with a well-defined plot and strong characters. Ellie is shocked to see her mother show up, uninvited for Thanksgiving. Little does Ellie realize the problem her mother has brought with her. This is very enjoyable read. I loved it. And then Amazon. Average rating on Amazon is a 4.4 out of 5. The 3-star rating I picked because there's no 2 or 1-star ratings with substance. Says, Benning is a great storyteller, but she needs a better proofreader. I thoroughly enjoyed this adventure and getting to know Ellie and her quaint pizzeria. A fun mystery you can definitely cozy up with and perfect for the Thanksgiving season. And then for 5 stars, loved it. Loved the food descriptions, and now I'm hungry for Thanksgiving food. I so loved the characters, the setting, the twisty mystery. And that is that.
You found this book, didn't you?
I did. We needed a book, and I just typed Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Into Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
To see what there was.
Was this the first thing, or the first
This is something that actually came up as, Thanksgiving, and not just fall.
Yeah.
So I was like, we need Thanksgiving.
We have to do it, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Thanksgiving.
It took me a while to realize this is book number 19. Out of, I don't know how many.
Out of 48.
48.
And every single one of these books is something murder.
Yeah.
So.
Dang, there's 48 people dead right there. They got a serial killer on their hands at some point.
I mean, I don't know. Might not be the same serial killer.
I don't know.
But before we continue talking about that.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to mention that too, because in case they were like, oh, I want to read it. You gotta read the first 19.
No, you don't. It's
No.
a standalone.
It is standalone.
But anyways, let's introduce our very good friend James.
James!
James.
There's some spoilers coming up, sweetie. You better cover your ears.
And thank you, Jerry.
And thank you, Jerry.
Jerry.
Aww. I remind me of my dad when I do that. Aww. First note, not a whole lot of fake going in, TBH. Faith.
I said the book is short and the writing feels very fanficky.
Yeah.
You know, like, it didn't feel like a real story. It kind of felt like something you'd read off of, like, Wattpad, where someone's, like, trying to be, not to, like, diss her writing, but it was giving, like, someone who is a first-time author or
like more
writer.
like practice instead of an actual novel.
Yeah.
Is your fanfic better or worse?
You'll find out when
Okay.
I have to read
Because
this.
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just like, is this like preparing me for your One Direction fanfic that we'll be doing the last episode of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Ooh, I can't wait. I've actually been thinking a lot about that since the last time we recorded.
I think about it a lot, and I really, really can't wait for us to read it. I feel like it's going to have to be at a time where we can be away from your children when it's not nighttime.
And get loud.
Because, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because currently it's 1 o'clock in the morning and my kids are asleep, like, across the house. So.
Yeah. We're going to need to find some place where we can get loud. Because it's going to
Hey, baby.
I know I'm going to...
No, we get a hotel room.
Honestly?
Honestly, I mean, your birthday is coming up.
Best Western?
Bet. Is that the one that's like $60 a night?
Yeah.
We'll pay by the hour.
Yeah.
Just kidding. What's your first note?
Oh, those were my first two notes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I often think of the fact that there will be a day where I have to share a house with a man.
Yeah, kind of sucks, honestly.
That's why, like, I don't want to move in with, like, a roommate or anything.
Yeah.
Once I eventually move out of I was gonna say my friend's dad's house. Your dad's house.
What other friend's dad do you live with?
But I want to live, like, alone.
Yeah.
Solitude.
Yes.
Before I live with a man.
Yes.
You know?
Enjoy some you.
You know, like, I think about it, I'm like, man, we're gonna have to decorate that house, and I don't want it to be all about me, but I also don't want it to be all about him.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like,
a fine line.
There's a fine line, and
Yes.
we need to find balance.
Yes. Darlene is staying with Ellie because her husband is cheating. Darlene's cousin. It mentioned like 8 to 10 people in the beginning of this book.
Yeah.
No. Is it preamble is what it's called? With no, like, just like telling you. If there's a repeat character in a book, they will authors will often mention a little bit about them from previous books, so that way you get the picture of who that is. This author didn't. She just was like, oh, this is Darlene, steamrolled past that. And I was like, who's Darlene and where does she fit?
Well, I mean, to be fair, for all we know, because we only read book 19 out of 48.
Yeah.
So we're like halfway through the series almost at this point. You know? These people could have been introduced, like, books earlier, you know?
Yes.
For, like, the avid readers of the series, you know?
Man, they probably know the backstory.
Yeah. What kind of lingerie she buys, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
I don't know if this series ever got scandalous. I kind of
No.
hoped that it would, but I don't think it did.
Very vanilla. Like, if you need a vanilla mystery, this is it.
If your great-grandmother was like, I need a good mystery book, I would recommend this.
I would recommend the whole series.
Yeah.
I don't even need to read the whole series.
Yeah.
I would recommend this.
Very vanilla.
The other thing with it, too, so Russell and Ellie seemed very platonic and not romantic.
Yeah, they kind of seemed like they were engaged for status and not really in love, but that could be because this author does not write romance.
It could be, and I figure that's probably
I could
why.
envision them as siblings. Then I could have, like, fiance.
Yeah. And the other thing I wrote next to that is no smut.
Yes, not at all.
No. None. Not a one.
Ellie's mom shows up angry that she's engaged and brought her ex-fiance with her.
What right does she
I
have?
would disown my mother.
Oh, 100%.
If she showed up with any of my exes and was just like, hey, I don't like this guy, here's your ex, I would disown her.
Mm-mm. Like, what right does she think she has coming into your home and telling you that, though?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if she was in a situation where, like, this person was not a good person.
Yes.
And you needed to put an intervention and stuff.
Yes.
But she doesn't even know Russell.
Never met him.
Never met him.
Yeah.
So, like, where do you find the audacity?
Yeah.
Like,
especially because you're there for, like, the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't it turn out that she killed him?
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Someone else did.
I'm telling you, I don't remember much about this book.
No, it was the... So she has her pizzeria, which, by the way, I meant to tell you this when you were reading the description.
Mm-hmm.
It's Papa Puccelli's.
Puccelli's. What did I say? Pacelli's or something?
I don't remember, but it wasn't right.
Oh, okay.
Not to be like, but like proper Italian pronunciation.
Yeah. Like Pasquale's.
Pasquale. Not
Pascal's.
Pascal's, it's
I thought it would
Pasquale.
be Pascal's. Because Pascal's just sounds so much better than Pasquale.
But it's Italian.
Yeah, I get it.
Pasquale. I didn't even know that's how it was pronounced until I heard on the basement yard. Joe. So his name is Joseph Patrick, but his dad's name is Joseph Pasquale.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
so
how...
that must be like a common Italian name then.
Probably. Or something like that. But that's the only
would
reason why I
love to
figured
go
that
to
out.
Italy. I would absolutely love to go to Italy.
That is my number one. Like, hands down.
Your favorite?
Hands down where I want to go.
Oh.
Top 3. Number 1.
I thought you were in there. No, I'm thinking of Amsterdam.
I've been to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I drove through Belgium. I didn't drive.
You rode through Belgium.
On a bus. And then I was in Paris.
We should go to Italy one day.
I want to go so bad.
We should go for a honeymoon.
I want to go on a cruise.
You've honestly talked me into it. Like, I'm terrified of large bodies of water, but I can see, like, the appeal to it.
Yeah,
I
it's...
really want to go.
I mean, yeah, it gets rocky, like, walking, and, like, on the boat sometimes, and, like, the waves, but also that's the ocean.
That doesn't bother me. I like boats. I go on boats a lot. I've never been on a boat in the ocean.
The ocean... So, like, being on, like, a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean and you're, like, traveling, there's times where, like, the boat will go boom.
Yeah.
And I remember I was wearing heels.
Oh, no.
There were wedges, so there's a little more stability there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, ugh.
Yeah. No, I can't walk on planet Earth
Normally.
with wheels. Not wheels. Heels. Shut up. Anyways, current fiance tells Ellie they found a body in the marina after she discovers ex-fiance is missing. There was like no time between that at all.
Yeah.
It was like
Instant.
he's missing. By the way, there's a dead body.
And then Russell's like, gotta go, and she's just like, BRB, guys, I'm going with, but after him, you know?
Yeah.
And then her and... Did her mom go with her? Or was
like her mom and her cousin, they were sitting in the car, and she was like, stay here.
And then she goes.
Yeah.
And she crosses the line, and then, like, the officer, who's, like, Russell's friend, is just like, you can't come past here. And
she's like, he won't mind.
And she's like, he won't mind. I got it, you know? And he's just like, all right, chief.
Yeah.
And then just let her go.
That seems very official.
Yeah.
Yeah. But something that bothered me about that, like, for one, there was no time or gapping between the missing, the body, was, did anybody ever call the ex-fiance's family? Like, hey, he died.
No, they never mentioned anything about that.
I mean, I was stressing for the rest of the book, because I was just like, did anyone, like, is his family going to show up and be like, where's he at?
Yeah.
And then blame her? But no. That would have been a really cool storyline, though.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, a little more spice to the whole thing.
Yeah, a little bit more.
But no, and they didn't mention anything about that. But back to Russell. Even though he's very platonic in their relationship, I think he's a really good guy because after he found out, or they confirmed that Ken, that's the ex's name, was murdered,
yes,
he walked her to her car and made sure she got there okay. And then, like, kind of just was very caring and attentive to her. So I really liked that about him, and it made me annoyed that the mom was like,
I don't like him.
I don't like him, yeah.
Yeah, the mom did blame herself, though, for Ken dying. Ken, yeah.
She did.
Yeah, because she was like, well, he wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for me for dragging him and convincing him to come try to win my daughter back.
Yeah.
Which is, again, the audacity.
Yeah.
And then Ellie thought her mother had something to do with it.
I mean, I
didn't buy into that at all.
I wouldn't blame her for coming to that assumption.
Yeah.
But
why would her mother drag him all the way to a different city just to kill him?
To get her attention.
Yeah, but there's better ways to go about that.
That's true.
I get it, but at the same
I'm
time,
not saying that that's the good reason why to do it. There is no good reason to murder anybody. But
well,
if they raped a child.
Oh, yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah. But
to murder, not to rape a child.
Yes, to murder. Yeah.
I'm sitting thinking, I'm like something's not adding up. The girl math isn't happening.
Okay, so there's no good reason to murder anybody, right? But I can understand if this was more of like a thriller, the mom bringing the ex-fiance there to try to convince her. The daughter still says no. And then the mom goes, takes the ex-fiance, murders him to try to get her attention so that the daughter will think about her relationship with her new fiance.
Yes.
And see that, make her, kind of like to convince her daughter that she really doesn't love this fiance of hers, that she really loves the ex-fiance. And to just ruin everything for her.
I think that was kind of the plan.
That's not what happened, though.
Not at all. No.
That's not even the storyline.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been a more interesting storyline to read, though.
My thought, whenever it first came to the mom and the ex-fiance coming to town, I was like, they're together, and this is the mom's way of telling her.
Yeah.
But again, my head is just so used to, like, plot twist, and this one didn't really have any.
No.
There was, like, one plot twist, I think. The hammer.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
The beautiful hammer that is on the collage that I made.
Oh, yeah. So it's so amazingly put together.
So, I mean, honestly, I am a photographer, and I'm great at Photoshop.
Yep.
This was not that.
Yeah. Why would Russell not say anything about his fight with Ken?
I think he was probably like, your mom's already suspicious of me, I don't want to make it worse. But by not telling anybody, that makes it more suspicious, in my opinion.
Yeah. Plus also, especially since he was like the last person to see him.
Yes.
You know. That's another big one.
Well, that, and they found the car. Like, he drove Ken drove her mom's car. And it was gone for, 2 to 3 days before she happened to stumble upon it. Did the mom not wonder where the car was this entire time?
I don't think anyone wondered where the car was.
That would be important to me.
Yeah.
Especially if you had to drive all the way up there.
Yeah. But no. Why think? You know?
Mm-hmm. Personally, yeah.
Turkey and cranberry pizza.
That does not sound good.
Not at all.
I love cranberry, like especially cranberry candies and stuff, but that sounds bad. Ew. No, I'm not thinking cranberry. I'm thinking raspberry.
Raspberry.
I don't like
delicious.
Cranberries.
I don't like cranberries.
Like the white cranberry strawberry juice is the only thing cranberry I can handle.
I can do like a cranberry mixed with like a grape.
Yeah.
I could do that.
But this is like
straight
strawberry
cranberry
and white cranberry juice mixed together. I think it's like Ocean Spray brand. So good.
There is like regular cranberry juice. Like for some reason there was this one time, like you know how like you can drink cranberry juice and it's supposed to help a UTI?
Yeah. It's supposed to take the pain out.
It's supposed to do something.
Yeah.
I think it's actually not true, but it works.
Yeah.
You know?
Not true, but it works.
People are saying it's not true, but
it works.
It works.
It works, yeah.
But anyways, so I got some from this little kiosk in the mall I used to work at, and for some reason I was able to drink that, and it was Picasso. Like, I don't know, like usually I hate it, but I was able to drink it. It was Ocean Spray. There was nothing different about it than the other times I bought Ocean Spray.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it was because it was chilled a certain way. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
It was weird. I
Yeah.
just drank it and I was just like,
wow, this is nice. Sometimes I crave cranberry juice and I'll just go buy cranberry juice and I'll drink like a cup of it and then I won't touch the rest of it. I'll end up throwing it away.
you can get little bottles of cranberry juice.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Like, sometimes I really like it, but I think that's just like, when you crave something that's your body's way of saying, I need this. I think there's something in cranberries that every once in a while my body needs.
But I don't need that on pizza.
No. Turkey on pizza sounds fire.
Yeah.
But cranberries, no. Yeah, I was thinking raspberry candies, but...
Get you some, like, gravy on top of that pizza, too.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be the bomb.
Yeah.
We should make our own pizza.
We should.
Apparently it's not hard.
It's not. You just got a technique.
Yeah. Technique. What other notes do you have, ma'am?
After everything, though, when she was trying on her wedding dress to show her mom, it was really sweet for her mom to see how happy she was in her wedding dress. I really loved that moment.
The mom was like, okay, I guess if you're happy.
But I still don't like her.
No, yeah, that was very selfish.
Yes, because the other thing, too, that I wrote right after that, too, is Mom seems very manipulative. Because what she said at the end of that scene was, I understand why you didn't tell me sooner about your engagement. I'm sure you don't want me at your wedding. Yeah. Like, that's very...
Poor, pitiful me.
Poor, pitiful me, manipulative, to make you feel bad and to invite her to the wedding. I mean, I'm sure she was probably going to be invited anyway.
Yeah.
But this was kind of her, like, shoo-in.
Yeah. I mean, if she's going to show you the dress, you're probably most likely invited.
Yeah, that would be a pretty move to...
Yeah, to show you the dress and be like, okay, leave.
Yeah.
I have one more note left, so I'm letting you catch up.
I've got, like, 3. One thing I think that's really cringy about Thanksgiving, which I understand the whole idea of Thanksgiving is to share what you're thankful for, but I think it's really cringy when you're sitting at the Thanksgiving table and you go around in a circle saying what you're thankful for.
And someone just says the Alabama football team.
There's that one person that's just like, sports.
Roll Tide.
Like her McDonald's guy.
Listen, we went to McDonald's the other day, and this guy used Roll Tide as punctuations. I kid you not. Commas, exclamation points, periods, Roll Tide. And every time he finished a sentence, he would, or actually just, even if it was just a few words, he would say Roll Tide. And I was ordering chicken nuggets because I'm a chicken nug queen. Yeah. And he kept asking me, he's like, well, do you want sauce? And I said, no. And he said, no sauce?
Roll Tide.
And Roll Tide? Yeah, he said, no sauce, Roll Tide? Like, we are not exaggerating. This guy had to have said it at least 35 times.
It felt like it.
It was ridiculous amount of Roll Tide.
It was really funny, too. And, like, what happened? So...
He asked if I wanted sauce, and I was going to say no, I like to choke, but I caught myself at no, and then I actually thought before I spoke.
And then you started laughing, and he started laughing, I think, a little bit too. You can kind of
yeah, because I was laughing so hard, because I'm like, I cannot believe I almost told this poor McDonald's worker I like to choke. So I just started laughing, and then he started laughing with me, and I was like, honey, if you knew... In my minivan, I'm telling you I like to choke. Obviously, I gotta have a 7-seater. Oh my gosh. Never going there again.
I mean...
Roll Tide?
Roll Tide, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
But then, like, everyone else is like, well, I'm thankful for my friends and my family, and it's like... What else do I have to say? Because that's literally it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing else I'm thankful for.
Roll Tide?
Roll Tide.
No, honestly, I don't know what I would say. I mean, I guess I would say my kids. I don't know, though. They kind of suck. No, I'm just kidding.
That falls under family, though.
It really does. Like, what are you supposed to say? The food?
I'm thankful for the food.
I mean, that just kind of sounds like a prayer to me.
It does.
Yeah, like the blessing before you eat kind of deal. Yeah.
Kind of, a little bit.
It's just this one's fall themed. I don't know. Because I know, especially when I pray, I'm like thanking God for the day and the night. I've always said that. Like I say, thank you, God, for the day and for the night. And my mom asked me one time, she's like, why do you say that? like when I was a kid. And I said, well, because I really like the day and the night. And she was just like, okay. So I usually do that and then, like, thank them for the food. And that's kind of what Thanksgiving is. They're just like, thanks for the food.
Pretty much.
Grateful for my family.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Pretty much. Like, yeah. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
You know, I actually didn't know that the ex apparently sometimes prays before he eats. Until there was this one time he and I were out to a meal together.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ken in the
Not
book.
him. Our ex.
Our
ex.
Our shared ex, because we're from Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't know he prayed before he ate sometimes.
Yeah.
Until we were sitting out together, out to eat, and he was praying, and I already started digging into my food. And I was like...
That is rude. Not you.
Yeah.
You, like, honestly, that's expected. But for someone to sit down and start praying without saying, hey, I'm going to bless the food.
Yeah.
I'm going to bless my food. I'm going to bless our food.
Yeah.
That's just rude to me.
Yeah.
Because they're sitting down silently praying, and then
Yeah.
you're just over there awkwardly sitting there waiting for them to, you know, finish and say amen.
I just continued eating. I'm a person.
You're not. Honestly, like, you weren't raised in the South. In the
No.
South, there's, like, churches everywhere.
Like every
That's common.
corner. Yeah.
Yes. Every family gathering that we ever have, from like baby showers to weddings, you always bless the food first. Everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
That's etiquette here.
Yeah,
I guess.
which makes it, honestly, it makes sense.
Yes.
Like, I get it. But, like, I didn't grow up with that. And, like, I just sat there eating, and I'm like, sorry, I don't think
like,
that.
Dear God, thank you for the day, thank you for the night, and just your crunch, 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 crunch.
I'm pretty sure we were out to eat breakfast, so I think I had eggs.
Oh, so it was soft.
That was soft.
Okay, so that's good. Yeah, could be worse. Anyways, I'm sorry, we're sidetracked really bad.
So, forget this tangent.
We might leave it, though. It's pretty good, you know, pretty hot stuff.
It is, yeah. Depending on who edits, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the killer, I don't think I finished my sentence earlier, which isn't surprising, because sometimes I go back to edit these, and I think about it, and I'm like, I'm talking, and then something, for some reason, either you interrupt, or, like, I go on a completely different tangent, and I never finish the thought, and I'm like, wow, that was a really important...
I know, because you're listening, like, when I listen back, I'm like, man, I feel like we were on a roll, and then, like, one of us gets sidetracked, or I interrupt, which is, I'm really sorry, but my mind is, like, 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm like, if I don't say it now, I'm not going to remember it in 30 seconds when you finish, so let me just go ahead and say it now.
Oh, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. But, this note, so, that's why I was rolling back to, like, the whole murderer, who the murderer ended up being.
Rewind.
So, the pizzeria, Papa Buccelli's, and next door they're getting a new ice cream place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the new neighbor who they introduced in the beginning is the one that killed Ken.
I don't remember his name. I didn't write it down. Doesn't matter. I just put the guy opening the ice cream parlor.
Yeah, so he's the one that ended up being the killer. And honestly, like, I saw that coming. But even so, too, like, if you really think about it, his character was completely irrelevant in the entire story.
Oh, completely.
So, like, if she introduced this character and then never heard about this character ever again...
Nobody would be...
No one would know, there would be no point to him.
Yes.
So, him being the murderer made total sense.
Yes.
Because he'd be irrelevant otherwise.
Mm. It said that he did it, like, he said that he did it in self-defense.
That's what he said, yes.
Yes, saying the ex came after him thinking it was Russell.
Yeah.
Something about how... The ex was walking up to him angrily,
shouting,
and this guy got scared. He had a hammer in his hand, so he just gave him a good old whop.
Yeah.
Love pat. Didn't he hide the body? He did. He did.
He's
hide
the one.
body.
The body had to go somewhere.
Yeah, I was saying, I think I'm like, well, how did it get from there to there? But yeah, he did hide the body. Instead of being like, hey, call 911, I just gave this guy a good dollop on the head. But now he's like, let's just go dump it in the water.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna find it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you have any more notes? Because I have one last note.
Mine's more like buzzwords and comments.
Okay. So, with that scene in mind, though, when they find out that he was the murderer and he explains the whole self-defense thing, Ellie's got the hammer, and he's like, you need to give me that hammer, because she was gonna go to the police with this hammer and be like...
Yeah, bro walks in with a bloody hammer and sets it down and goes to the bathroom, and they're just like, oh...
It's the hammer.
It's the hammer.
And then, you know, he's coming at her. So that's the mom, the cousin, and her. And he's like, you need to give me the hammer. And he's getting all aggressive and defensive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the scene cuts off when Russell is banging on the back door and he comes in to pretty much save the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the end of the scene. And
yeah, there's like no Is climax the word I'm looking for? Or is that only sexually related?
No, climax is a thing.
Because, like, it was like, I'm gonna use, like, dubstep. You're building up to this, and, like, you're waiting for the drop, and then, like, it was building up. There's no drop.
Yeah.
That's something I can think how to describe that. There was nothing. There's kind of some suspense, but it didn't lead to anything.
Yeah, it was like
very
a bunny slope.
Yeah, it was very empty.
Yeah.
There was no fulfillment. That's the word I was looking for. There's no fulfillment to
Yeah.
the suspense.
Like it could have been so much better if like there was just a little bit more.
Yes.
You know? But that wasn't there.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good palate cleanser all in all.
That's true.
I don't know if I'd ever recommend it, but
I don't know if I would. Even though like this book wasn't fantastic, I'm kind of interested in reading the others just to see how
they worked.
And like what's the relation and all that stuff. But I don't think that's going to be a anytime soon kind of thing.
Probably not.
But
add that to your 300 plus TBR. All 48 of them.
Yeah.
All 47 technically.
Oh yeah,
Not count. We got one down.
47.
47.
What did you rate it?
2 out of 5.
I was generous. I did a 2.5 out of 5.
2.5. I gave it a 2 out of 5. It wasn't horrible, but it just wasn't as good as it could have been.
It was predictable.
Very
fanficky.
Like Wattpad-y.
Like Wattpad-y practice writing, kind of.
Yeah. Do you say what or what?
Watt.
What? I guess that makes sense. I say what.
I say watt because wattage.
It's like WATT.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just Southern. Wattpad.
Back to words.
Sorry.
So predictable, fanficky.
Yeah.
Could have been better. And then I wrote HEA with a question mark because when I think HEA, I think romance. There's no romance here.
Not really.
So I wouldn't consider it an HEA, but like the mystery got solved.
Cozy mystery? Is that technically what a cozy mystery is, maybe?
I guess.
I'm not sure. Because this one definitely was very cozy.
That's what a lot of people in the reviews were talking about.
Yes.
And it's very cozy.
It is very cozy.
Cozy.
Ew. Not kosher.
Not kosher. Cozy.
My buzzwords are holidays, family value, and cute.
Cute. Yeah.
I am cute. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Are you ready to wrap up?
Sure.
You want to put a condom on it?
Well, do we really need protection from this?
Never from you, baby.
Gotta raw dog that.
I love how you just sneak in raw dog randomly and it just kills me every time. Man, it's nice having somebody that can one-up you in stupid shit. Or have someone that can one-up you in stupid crap. There you go. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Bibliophiles Audiophiles. We have an email at biblioaudiopod@gmail.com.
And our Instagram is at biblioaudiopodcast.
We finally got through it without stumbling once.
Yes.
So proud of us.
It's been so long since I think we've been able to do that.
And it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so we're doing pretty great.
Ooh.
Okay, well, we will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Give us a Italian ending. Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao. Or arrivederci.
Arguar. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci?
Arrivederci.
Really? I thought there was an L in there somewhere. Oh, arrivederci.
Derci.
Derci. So like dare-chi.
Derci.
Arrivederci. Why do I keep wanting to do an L in there? Anyways, ciao.
Yeah.
Or unless you're Lightning McQueen, ka-chow.